Good morning, all of you. Am I audible? Audible at the last also, yes? Let's be interactive. Okay, thumbs up. Nice. All right. First of all, congratulations to all of you for starting your prelims mission. Yes, that too 7 in the morning, enrolling in a test series. So you are the real Dhurandhars. Yes? Okay. Who all have interacted with me earlier, have attended my sessions? All right, I can recognize few faces. And who are seeing me for the first time? All right, majority of the class, good enough. My name is Kanishk Tomar, and my email ID is crt@flavian.com. Yes, for all the GS2 related issues, challenges, whatever you are facing, feel free to drop by here. Try to connect with me over mail. We'll coordinate. शो नहीं कर रहा है. crt@flaviant.com. All right. So about this test series, couple of things. I keep mentioning 4 C's. I want you to concentrate on 4 things. 4 C's specifically. First one is curiosity quotient. So try to develop some curiosity quotient. Not all the basic books are going to help you in prelims. They can provide you with some basic knowledge, but UPSC is, you have seen the papers also. Be ready for surprises, and it all comes down to personality. How well you are prepared, how well, whatever your hobbies are. If you are into sports, they've asked questions from sports also. Whatever newspaper you are reading, what curiosity pointers you can generate for yourself. Yes. Second is compiling everything. Just reading, just Googling, that will not suffice. That should go through your mind multiple times. So revision is really important. And for that revision, compilation is the key. Yes, don't scatter your content. कि उस टेस्ट सीरीज में उस दिन लेवल 1 या लेवल 2 में वहां पर ये पूछा था, लेट मी ओपन दी सॉल्यूशन शीट. So whatever you are getting from the discussions, some value addition from whatever model solutions you will be provided with, I would want go topic wise. President का कोई question है, I would want you to compile it wherever your president related notes are. Yes, make sense. Another is a little creativity. Creativity in the format in which you are going to supply information to your mind. Yes, sometimes you feel that information, just reading paragraphs at times, we are not able to recollect a lot of things. So some people use highlighters, color coding, mnemonics, diagrams. So see what is working for you, in which topic, in which subject. Yes, so इसके लिए open रहना है. There is no rigid rule to it. See how your mind is working. It will change over time. Eventually you will also realize maybe in level 2 also that no, this diagram didn't work. I want better visualization. Make sense? And last is the most important thing, consistency. Yes, be consistent about attempting the test, attending the discussions, seeing the model solution, and compiling it on daily basis. Be consistent with your curiosity, be consistent with your compilation. Make sense? So these 4 C's I would want you to start with right away. It's a long-term strategy, and it is ultimately, if you're doing this, this will also tweak your personality a bit for good. Yes, जितना curious रहेंगे उतनी ज़्यादा knowledge मिलेगी. World Heritage Sites हैं, कहाँ कहाँ पर हैं, इंडिया में पहली कौन सी थी, कौन सी कन्वेंशन से हुई है. Yes, largest number of World Heritage Site कौन से स्टेट में है, कौन सी कंट्री में है. Make sense? रामसर साइट है, रामसर कहाँ पर है, etc etc. Yes, so be curious. All right. Beyond this, couple of things. Success versus failure. Nothing is in your hand, first of all. All well? Nothing is in your hand, first of all. What is in your hand is your hard work. So the more you work hard, the more probability is that you will succeed. No guarantee, but yes, if you do not work hard, then we have a guarantee for sure. Yes, so keep grinding in different ways. Be curious. What is working for you? Group discussions. Group discussions, I believe, are overrated. At times, it might work for few people. Some people might motivate each other, etc. See what is working for you. Make sense? Let's start with the discussions. Here in level 1, we'll be seeing some basic questions. It will have a lot of repetitive value. You will feel like, why are we even discussing it? We can see that in PYQ also. We have seen that in basic books also. But the objective is to have that repeat value, to have that listen to that point again, so that You do not make those stupid errors which you continue regretting after. Yes? All right. Let's start with question number 1. Yes, quite basic. We have seen that in PYQ also. Citizenship we know is under part 2. I'll keep giving you parallel homeworks also on the sidelines. Leave some gap in your notebook and write down homework. It will be very basic also. I'll be giving you some curiosity pointers from my end also. See, remember all the parts of the Constitution. I will ask it tomorrow. All the parts of the Constitution, which part deals with which articles and which topics, which provisions. Yes, so part 2 is about citizenship. Article 5 to 11. Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Fifth fifth article is about what will be the status of your citizenship at the commencement of the Constitution. But how do we know what is the commencement? Is the date also written there? Yes? No. Date is written under Article 394. That what will be considered as the commencement of the Constitution, which also talks about few provisions which will be coming in effect right away. Yes, we'll be discussing that also. Second, these 2, 6 and 7 talks about migrations from Pakistan to India, first of all, and people from moving towards Pakistan, what will happen to their citizenship. Majority of these provisions are right at the start of the Constitution. What will be the status? 8th is about person of Indian origin living outside India. Yes, what will be their citizenship status, etc. Who are they? Then 9th is what? Anyone? Anyone? Yes. Yes, what happens when a person acquires of other country, other nation or country? Yes, what happens to their citizenship? Probably talking about termination. 10th is about continuation of citizenship. And most crucial is 11th article, which gives the power to the parliament to regulate the citizenship in future. That is the reason it came up with Citizenship Act in 1955. Yes. And 55 also mentions, when it is talking about acquisition of citizenship, it mentions that citizenship by birth and by descent also will be from on or after 26 January 1950. All right. So that was A for question number 1. Question 2 talks about first session of the assembly held on December 9th. It was presided by, who was the president? Not the first, but who was the president of the Constituent Assembly? Jawaharlal Nehru was the president? Sir, कुछ पढ़ाई की है? अब करेंगे? सुबह सुबह रेड बुल ज़्यादा पी लिए? All right. It was presided by, not this one. On 11th, the president of the assembly was elected as Mr. Rajendra Prasad. And why we chose Mr. Sachidanand Sinha? Oldest member out of respect or French tradition also. Yes, so this was Sachidanand Sinha. Who was this individual, anyone? Who has been, this is what curiosity pointer is. If you have not researched about these individual, then it is not going to sustain. Give some extra information to your mind. Sinha, Bihar. What else? He eventually went to London and ultimately was the campaigning partner of Dadabhai Naoroji. Yes, and because he started the Constituent Assembly by presiding over it, the first session itself, just like we have pro tem speaker, right? Till the time speaker is not elected, we have a pro tem speaker. So we had a pro tem president also that time. And just when we realized and we adopted the constitution on 26 January 1950, he within 50, 60 days, he passed away in March 1950. Yes, so you should remember. I would want you to have a look at each name here. So C is the right answer here, moving ahead. Preamble, who all can recite preamble? Raise your hand up high. यहां पर आकर माइक पे बोल देंगे, साथ साथ में बोलेंगे तो हम कैरियोके कर लेंगे. Yes, who all can speak it yet? You बताओ बच्चे. Yes. Okay, let's go parallelly after you. Yes, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India. Yes, karaoke शुरू हो गया. Into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, political. Just mention that the priority of justice is given to social by Dr. Ambedkar, not to political, right? Justice, social, economic, political, then liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring dignity of individual, and unity and integrity of the nation. Hereby in this Constituent Assembly on 26th day of November 1949, adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Yes. So if you can remember it, you'll be able to tackle simple questions. Yes. This one is one of that simple question. I don't think so I need to go in detail. First is about equality. That is equality of status and opportunity, not social equality. Liberty of expression, yes. Dignity of individual, yes. Justice, yes. Political also. Welfare of the people, because it is asking explicitly mentioned. Yes, not explicitly mentioned. Equality of outcome, no. Opportunity, yes. So we have second, third, fourth, that is A. A would be the right answer. Okay, fourth, Constituent Assembly. And okay, talking about how Constituent Assembly was elected, we all know the basics. Let's quickly revise. How many members were there initially? 389. Yes, and we took how many members from British ruled states, regions? 296, and princely state 93. And this was based on the population. And we know that this was indirectly elected by the provincial assemblies, who were directly elected. Yes, and that too not by universal adult franchisee, but limited franchisee based on property, education, etc. Eventually, this became how many after independence? 299, and this was 229 and 70. Yes, and it took near about 2 years, 11 months, and it gave us the constitution. And it worked on the principle of division of labor and had some specialized committee, especially 8 major committees and other committees. Yes, it took inspiration from various countries, as Dr. Ambedkar said, ransacking the constitutions of the world. Yes. All right, quickly go through. What was this population ratio? 10 lakh. Good enough. All right. All members of the assembly were indirectly elected. Was it the case? This was nominated. So this is incorrect. Each seat represent approximately 10 lakh people. Yes. Composition was broadly in accordance with the scheme recommended by the cabinet mission plan. As simple as that. So we have second and third as correct. C would be the right answer for question number 4. All right. Fifth talks about Parliament can place a particular law in ninth schedule. We know ninth schedule was introduced by which amendment? First amendment itself. Which article? 31B. Yes. And this is known as the black hole of the Constitution. Eventually, initially, the objective was to protect certain laws from judicial scrutiny, from judicial review, so that there is no conflict in the fundamental rights also and land reforms also. Yes, there were a lot of state laws were being made for land reforms. Land ultimately is a state subject, and to protect these laws from judicial scrutiny, we decided to generate a black hole, and by First Amendment 31B, we started doing that. But in 1960s and 70s also, we started misutilizing ninth schedule also. We started putting some politically biased laws of the state and of the parliament also. Yes, that is the reason eventually. ठीक है? That is the reason eventually in IR Coelho case, it was declared which year? 2007. It was versus IR Coelho ही पढ़ा था. Yes, be curious about the years and also try to write at least the verses also. Maharashtra, Nagaland, very nice. कोयलो वहां के लग रहे हैं. Write down homework. All the cases related to basic structure with full name and year. So it was declared in IR Coelho case that judicial review is a basic structure, and we cannot have judicial parliamentary immunity to put any law in the ninth schedule. So it gave a date that was 24th April 1973. Why that particular date? Keshwanand Bharati happened. So raise your hand and talk. Basic structure was defined. So why? Just before Keshwanand Bharati case, as I said, there were lot of land reforms. If they would have gone for putting it all together from the independence itself, then we would have jeopardized all the land reforms. Yes, so that was the reason they utilized the basic structure doctrine, put judicial review also there, and said that before that we are giving immunity. But now, after that, it is no more immune. Yes, have a look at ninth schedule also. See when was the last law added to the ninth schedule. All right. So first statement is correct. It can still place, but not for judicial immunity. The validity of the law placed in ninth schedule cannot be examined by any court. This is, of course, incorrect. So we have first one is correct. A would be the right answer. Sixth question is about objectives resolution. Yes, ninth, we sat for the first time in Constituent Assembly. 11th, we elected the president. And 13th, Mr. Nehru moved the motion for objective resolution. And eventually, on which date we adopted it? After 40 days. 22nd January 47. All right. It's a very beautiful document. Read it right now. Objective resolution, original text. Read original text. Yes, it talks about ancient land, prosperous for world peace. It must regain its honorable place in the world and eventually go for world peace. बहुत hi-fi. Because again drafted by Mr. Nehru. All right. It was introduced by Mr. Nehru, emphasized on the adequate safeguards for minority depressed, tribals, etc., explicitly mentioned, declared the power, authority lies in the we the people of India. And that is presently also the case, right? We the people of India, as we talked about in preamble. Yes, so you are all powerful. Yes. Can we clap for yourself? All right. Yes, yes, yes. थोड़ी heat generate कर लीजिए quickly everyone. This section. One more time. Please participate. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Very nice. It's good to live in that imaginary world that we are powerful. Yes. Keep clapping. Thali bhi bajaiye. All right. It was passed by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949. We also know this was this date. So we have second and third. B would be the right answer here. Seventh is about the inspirations we have taken from. I would suggest, again, this is one area where we tend to get confused. It is very basic also, but table format yaad nahi ho rahi hai. Try maps also. Yes, write down on maps, you will realize that this might be suiting me. Yes, maps mein UK se kya liya hai, US se kya liya hai, life will become easier. All right, we have taken prerogative writs from UK. What are prerogative writs? Yes, sir. These are writs. What is prerogative writs? These were utilized, as we are talking about UK. These were the prerogative of the crown, the royal prerogative. Yes, now in India, these were adopted and constitutionalized under Article 32 and 226. Yes, now it is the prerogative of the judiciary. It is not a discretion that they will be issuing writs. Yes, so it is now judicial prerogative. All right, so this is correct. Concurrent list we have taken from Australia, not Canada. Impeachment we have taken from US. Where have we taken election of president from? Raise your hand and talk. No hands. Utter नहीं करिए जी बच्चे लास्ट में. Impeachment is from. Calm down, calm down. Yes. An election of president is from. South. Clap for yourself, sir. So that is the reason we tend to confuse ki DPSP South Ireland, South Africa is always confusion. But once you see the write it on the world map, life will become easier. Ki okay, at least I have written it at the top. So make sure that confusion nahi ho. It is quite basic. That is the reason we are discussing. Then residuary powers, Article 248 we have taken from Canada. Strong center, quasi-federal nature, not US. All right, we have only one as correct. A would be the right answer. What are the 5 types of writs? Raise your hand and talk. Yes, sir. आई नो बहुत बेसिक है. अभी आएंगे क्वेश्चन जब साइलेंस आ जाएगा. I like your confidence though. 5 out of 3, good enough. But it is very basic also. Anyone else would like to take a shot? Yes, sir. Quo warranto. Respite. अरे मुर्मू जी यही है. Yes, sir. Quo warranto, prohibition, certiorari, and habeas corpus and mandamus. Right? All right. 8th question. India follows constitutional supremacy rather than parliamentary supremacy. Yes, that is what we does, and it has also been declared as the basic structure also. We have not gone for parliamentary sovereignty. We have not gone for judicial supremacy. This is adopted in US. This is a part of UK tradition. So we have gone for, rather than giving any superpower to any organ, rather we have decided that checks and balances under the constitution is more important, more supreme. So constitution supremacy we have adopted. This is correct. And we are looking for the reasons also. Came into effect before the first elected parliament in the post-independent India came into existence. Is the statement correct? Not explanation, but the statement is correct or not? Yes, statement is correct. Is it the right reason? Just before it, because it came before? Yes, so that is not a right explanation. The constitution specifies the composition and powers of the parliament. This statement is correct. Is it the right explanation? Yes, because it is the constitution. Constitution itself is a limit on the powers of the parliament. Like judicial review is there, fundamental rights are there. To amend the constitution itself, there are procedure written in the constitution, Article 368, and there are also certain special majority state consent checks, right? So this is what makes constitution supreme. All right, so we have second and third are correct, but only one of them explains this. So B will be the right answer for eighth question. Ninth is India is called a sovereign nation. Yes. Objective resolution also talks about sovereignty. Yes. What it mentions? Independent Democratic Republic. Socialist also. Yes. Very nice. I have given you the homework, right? Please padhiyega. Very much needed. State in India have no right to secede. The statement is correct. Is it the right explanation? Reason being, this is associated with the idea of federation, the idea of union of states. So this is not a right explanation. India can acquire any foreign territory according to modes recognized by international law. What are the modes recognized? What happens generally? Acquisition happens, treaty happens, etc. So this is right, and that is the reason it is sovereign also. Yes, B would be the right answer. Yes. Just a second. Yes, B would be the right answer because it is the right explanation. जी बच्चे बताइए. So you are saying that this is that internal component. That is an extended argument, बच्चे. जब भी आप philosophical questions में जाएंगे, basic questions related to especially the nature of the state, the objectives of the constitution within the preamble, justice, liberty, you have to think very broadly. Yes, is it talking about the first statement that sovereign nation, direct, indirect, internal, external, anything? So be very broad in your perspective when you are thinking. This idea is nowhere related to sovereignty. This is about the federation itself, union of states. Yes, so B would be the right answer for question number 9. 10th is philosophy again. We are talking about classical Western liberalism. This is related to the individualistic society in the West. Yes, that is the reason they have come up with social media. But we, who were not individualistic, we were community based. We have adopted the social media. We have taken the community to social media. Yes, WhatsApp forwards, good morning with a rose coming from your mother in the morning. Yes, all the best. 6:45. So this is absolutely correct, where India has tried to balance both the things. We have not gone for any extreme that it should be community only or it should be individual. We have individual rights also in the constitution itself, and we also have some group rights. Yes, so that's a right statement. Western idea of secularism, Indian secularism advocates strict separation. Is it the case? Western idea separates the state with religion. Yes, the idea called as mutual exclusion, total separation, no interference. But India has adopted the idea of principled distance from all religion, equidistance, treating religion equally and can interfere for reforms also. Yes, so this is incorrect. First statement is correct. A would be the right answer here. 11th question is about Indian Independence Act. Does the constitution mention this particular act? Raise your hand and talk. Yes, ma'am. Yes? More details? 395. Yes, it talks about repeals. And it repeals this particular act. Yes, replaced it with the constitution itself. And it repeals one more act, that is Government of India Act 1935. But it protects one particular act also. Yes, Privy Council Jurisdiction Act 1949. Have a look at Article 395. Okay, so it is talking about, keep highlighting wherever you see, this is one generic tip for all the subjects, wherever you see some extreme statement, some incorrect, some always. So your eyes should open wide, your brain should start functioning that I have cracked the code already. Yes, half of the work is done. Otherwise, you are prone to stupid errors. Dominion of India got the residuary territory from these areas. Yes. Sought to lay down a constitution. Was the objective to lay down a constitution? Rather to provide them the powers to make their own constitution. So we have got our answer already, but let's have a look at the other two statements also. It set up two independent dominions, India and Pakistan, yes. And each were given the unlimited power to frame their. So B would be the right answer. 12th is about political theory considered as essential feature of the state. UPSC keeps mentioning this particular keyword, essential feature of federation, essential feature of state, etc. So be very vigilant. You at times, I remember there was the question, essential feature of federation kya hai out of these? And it also talked about representation of the states at the union level, Rajya Sabha. One of the option was this, and the other was independent judiciary. And the correct answer ultimately was independent judiciary, which secures the rights of the states, which is the largest arbiter or the final arbiter for any federal dispute also. Yes, it is not related to that representation is important or not. It is half correct. So be very aware for these keywords. What is a state? What territory can be defined as a state? What area? First of all, it should have a territory. There should be some population living in that territory. And it should have a organized government also. And this government should also be sovereign from external influence, making laws for this particular territory. So that is the classical definition of state. The first two are more material, more tangible, and the second, third and fourth are political in nature. Yes, government and sovereignty. So we have this correct, these four as correct. What about this international recognition? It is not necessary, of course. It plays a value when you have got the tag of the nation, tag of the state, because you ultimately have to participate in diplomatic relations, international forums and bodies. Make sense? For example, Palestine, over 130 states have recognized it as a state, but still, it is not a part of global high table. It is not a permanent member of the UN yet. Make sense? So this is not a necessary condition, and this is of course not a condition. So we have first four. B would be the right answer here. Provisions related to citizenship, part 2, yes. New territory become part, decides, the parliament decide which people from that area will be getting the citizenship. Is it the case? कहाँ लिखा है ऐसा? Raise your hand and talk. Where is the karaoke? कहाँ लिखा है ऐसा? What happens to people? We have a new territory. This is automatic, right? Yes? Absolutely not. Citizenship Act specifically in section 7 says that the power goes to the central government. So the central government by order will be deciding, and it specifies, they will be specifying the persons from that territory who will be getting the citizenship. And this order of the government of India will also be having a particular date about from which these people will get the citizenship. Yes, explicitly written. Write down. Homework. Have a broader look dash Citizenship Act. Keep reading the bare act, bare laws, including your constitution. I would want you to refer to it time and again. Whenever you talk about, we all have heard about RTI. We all have read and prepared for RTI also. How many of you have genuinely read the RTI Act? Yes, see the ratio. 1 in 100, 200 people. Please do that. Yes, all right. So new territory specifically written, Parliament decides. So this is not Parliament, but the central government. If an Indian citizen acquires the citizenship of another country, automatically ceases to be a citizen. Is it automatic? There, it is conditional. It should not be during the war. It should not be under undue influence also. Yes, so this is not automatic. So this is also incorrect. We have only first one is correct. A would be the right answer here. Then 14th is about written constitution is essential for a democracy. Is it the case? Yes, written constitution is not the foundational ground for any democracy. Yes. Example? Yes, Britain, written constitution limit the power of the government. That is the basic objective. There should not be unlimited power to any organ of the state. Ultimately, this is what constitution lays down. It is a limitation on the powers of the government of the state, of the organs of the state. So we have only second one is correct. D would be the right answer. Right of government to impose taxes is provided in which list of constitution? Which list? Okay, either this should be schedule or these should be list. All right. चलिए schedule मान लेते हैं इसको. Anyway, you know the answer. That is which particular list in 7th schedule? To tax, impose tax and fees. Union list. Have a look at, write down homework. Broad look at 7th schedule. What you will be doing is you will be going through list one by one. There are a lot of subjects in those lists. I don't want you to do all the rectification. I just want you to apply logic and apply your thought. If I would have framed this constitution, I would have placed it in concurrent list or state list or union list. Yes, just when you apply logic, attach a logic to a pointer, so your mind retains it better. Yes. How many, just a second, bache. How many subjects are there? Raise your hand and talk. Raise your hand and talk. Raise your hand and talk, sir. Please do not utter. Yes, ma'am. Okay. How many? 96. And state list? Shh, shh, shh. I know you are curious. एक सेकेंड. हाँ जी मैम. 59, 52. And this is 96, 97. सबके अलग अलग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है. Carrying your own book. This is 98. This is 59 and this is 52. Originally it was 47 and 5 were added by the 42nd amendment. You will see the numbers differently. Yes, it will have maybe touched 100 also in union list, but lot of them are omitted also. Some are added 92A, B, etc. And lot of are omitted. Now we have 98, 59 and 52. So when you will be having, just be curious when you will be going through that. So B would be the right answer here. Ji bache, some doubt was there. Question 13. हाँ जी, बताइए बच्चे. What is the doubt? ठीक लगा था? The problem lies in the word automatically. Yes, this statement is correct with the asterisk. So that asterisk is the reason why we have rejected this statement. सही statement होगा with an exception, with exception of not during war, not under undue influence. Yes, what is the term used in the laws, Citizenship Act? Voluntary acquisition. Yes, that voluntary has some tonality. All right. 16th question. Primary reason for India to adopt parliamentary form of government. Irrespective of India, what is parliamentary form of government? Raise your hand and talk. Yes, sir. Beto, beto. Hmm. Collective responsibility. As simple as that. You have to be clear. In parliamentary form of government, there is executive which is drawn from the legislature and is accountable to it. Yes, collective responsibility under Article 75 Clause 3. That is the core article for parliamentary form of government. Yes, we have not gone for personnel separation. We might have functional separation different. Yes, there are three organs: executive, legislature, and judiciary. So this overlap, where we are talking about the theory of separation of power, they have functional separation. Executive will be, this will be making laws, this will be implementing laws, this will be interpreting laws. That functions, domains is different. But ultimately, there is an overlap between these when we are talking about personnel separation, people separation. Yes, so that is the core of parliamentary form of government. Now, when you are talking about collective responsibility as the core, is it not directly this pointer which should come to our mind when you're talking about the accountability? Yes, the parliamentary form government is itself called as the limited government, accountable government. That is the reason we adopted. We went for accountability over stability when you read presidential form of government versus parliamentary form of government. Yes, so D would be the right answer. Do you want me to go through the other options also? B option, to enable the people to have direct role in electing their representative. Is it not the case in presidential form also? Direct elections. Are you electing the prime minister here? You are electing a representative. That becomes the majority leader and ultimately is chosen as the prime minister. But in presidential form of government, you are also going for elections, direct elections also. Yes, that is the reason this is rejected. All right. Option 1. Okay, I'll go through all the options. Separation of power is not the core. Rather, it is come. Who was the person who was? Rather, it comes closer to presidential form of government. There is or stricter separation. Yes, now we are going for checks and balances. This is checks and balance, accountability. What is the accountability between executive and judiciary quickly? Yes, it has judicial review powers, seeing the orders of the executive. Then executive also is interfering in the domain of judiciary, like tribunals, appointment by the president, etc. Yes, so we have, I don't want to go in detail with a lot of examples, but you have broadly understood. Yes. Last statement C, parliamentary sovereignty, we have already rejected that. 17th question. Okay, how many members of the Constituent Assembly, those 399, how many were women? 15. Homework. Just read broadly about those 15 members. Yes, what was their contribution? This has been asked in essay also. This has been asked in GS1 also in modern history. All right. Now talking about Begum Aizaz Rasool, she was the only Muslim woman in the Constituent Assembly. She was the first Dalit in the Constituent Assembly. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Yes, we know who she was. Yes, बस यही थे. She was also the ambassador, but broadly a sister. Yes, your hometown is ultimate patriarchy, UP. Don't mind. ठीक है? All right. Who was she? Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. She was also the ambassador to US, Russia, Mexico, Soviet Union that time. She also headed the UNGA, first woman to head the UNGA. Which year? 53. Then Hansa Mehta. We have heard of Hansa Mehta? Yes, she was instrumental as a representative when UDHR were being formed. Yes, so all men are equal. We have heard of UDHR, very confused faces. UDH नहीं पता है? Write down if at all आपको नहीं पता है, please have a look at UDHR. So she was instrumental in Article 1 itself, which talks about all men are equal. She replaced the word men with humans. Yes, all humans are created equal. Usha Mehta, underground radio we have heard. So she was not part of Constituent Assembly. All other four were part. C would be the right answer here. Chronological order when they adopted the UAF. India adopted it by the Constitution itself, 1950. France adopted it in 1945. Good enough. Britain was, ये सबको पता होगा, 28. And USA was, interestingly, 1965. Yes, it gave franchisee to women in 1920, but it had limited franchisee based on, all well, ma'am? Yes. What was the criteria? Literacy was that they used to conduct literacy test, and this was ensured by the judiciary also, and ultimately by an act that judicial overall, whatever judicially, I'll not go into the details of it. Judiciary was in favor of continuing the literacy test, but ultimately the legislature decided no, we'll not be going with literacy test anymore. It should be for all. So we have chronology as 3, 2, 1, 4. 3, 2, 1, 4. C would be the right answer. What is so funny? What is going around here? सब हंस लेंगे? हंसने का मन है सबका? सुबह सुबह आसन करा दो सबका. Academically, it is funny. Oh, very nice. हंस लिए? All right. Consider as the federal feature. Now again, this is the core federal feature for anything. Single citizenship is unitary feature. Appointment of governor is unitary feature. Emergency provision is unitary feature. Straightforward. Do I need to discuss this? Yes, only one. A would be the right answer. Then we are talking about principle of democracy. Very broad and philosophical question. Principle of one person, one vote, one value. That is the principle. Write down. इसके आगे लिख लीजिए टेस्ट में ही, पेपर में ही. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ डेमोक्रेटिक इक्वालिटी / political equality. Yes, this is the core feature, that everyone is treated equal in the eyes of law. Rule of law again is the core feature of democracy. What is democracy, anyone? Beyond Mr. Lincoln's quote, by the people, for the people. Anyone? Yes, sir. Elections is democracy. And what happens between elections? When the elections are over, elections are a tool for democracy, bache. Yes, periodic elections are important for democracy, but democracy is not a form of government or a tool. It is a governance model in which ultimate sovereignty lies with the people, popular sovereignty. Yes, it is when you tend to explain, let's say you're asked in mains also. It is not a form of government. Yes, it is a philosophy. It is a governing principle. All right. So we have third one, free and fair elections. Yes, periodic elections also. But is the reservation one of the essential feature? It might aid in democracy. It might bring substantive justice also. But this is not an essential feature. Think global here. Yes, it is not specific about India. So we have first, second, and third. C would be the right answer here. Then democracy's superior virtue lies in intelligence. This is a PYQ also. Intelligence, character of ordinary men and women. Yes. Why ordinary men and women? Because extraordinary men and women vote on the lines of hate speech, religion, caste. So be ordinary. Yes, vote on the lines for development, education, more number of seats in UPSC. Method for strengthening executive leadership. Is it related to democracy superior virtue? Are we strengthening executive leading to democracy? Absolutely incorrect. Superior individual, no superiority in individual, everyone is equal. Party workers, no. So it is more about the intelligence, how they are going to choose the government, on what lines. Then we are talking about the flag of India. Yes, horizontal, tricolor, saffron equally distributed, and navy blue wheel at the center. This was adopted in which year? 47? Sure. Which month? Just before the independence? Yes. What was this speech on the independence night? At the stroke of midnight, tryst with destiny. Just have a look at the speech also. एक बार पढ़ लीजिए. You will enjoy, you will be motivated. Okay. Answer आ गया. Okay, who was the designer of the flag of India? Yes, Bengali Venkaiah. He designed this tricolor in 1921 and he was a Gandhian. So he put a charkha in between. And it was the Constituent Assembly. We had a flag committee also headed by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, which replaced that charkha at the center with the navy blue wheel. So the question is about resolution. Who moved the resolution? It was our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. D would be the right answer. All right. Drafting committee members. Who all were the members of the drafting committee and how do you recollect it? Anyone? Not one, two names. If you can recollect all the names. बताओ. Where is it coming from? क्या याद आ रहा है? बुक का पार्ट याद आ रहा है. कब तक याद आएगा? बिकॉज वो आजकल में ही पढ़ा है इसीलिए याद भी आ रहा है. याद रहता है. All right. Multiple revision can also be one type of way to reinstill that knowledge, internalize it better. But you can go for imagination also. Why don't you be a part of that drafting committee where Dr. Ambedkar is heading that particular room? Yes, that can also be one way. You can have diagrams also. Okay, batao. Let's start with maybe 8 committees, 8 major committees. Anyone? Who all headed the major committees? Let's go one by one. Yes, ma'am. Who all were the people who were heading these committees? Jawaharlal Nehru was there. Mr. Patel was there. Who else? Rajendra Prasad was there. And Dr. Ambedkar was there. Good enough. Now, what was the committee they were heading? Yes, ma'am. Go one by one. Union Power Committee. Union Constitution Committee, headed by Jawaharlal Nehru. I know. Okay. Yes. Rule of Procedure Committee, Rajendra Prasad. Steering committee by? Yes, steering committee. What else? Provincial committee by Patel. And drafting committee by? Okay. How many are done? State committee. What is the difference between state committee and provincial committee, ma'am? मैम, इतनी भारी आवाज लेके मैम बन रहे हैं, नहीं पता? एनीवन? आप बताइए सर. Negotiation with princely states. Yes, this was about princely states. That was about provinces. Good enough. Any committee which you are missing here? Very nice. Fundamental rights, minorities, etc. committee headed by Dr. Patel. So this is one example, nothing great in it, but just example of how to present information to your mind that it remembers. Rather than through table format, it becomes problematic for extended retention. So that can be one way. Okay, when we are talking about drafting committee, who were the members here? Let me put a table. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Ambedkar ji, very nice. He was the chair. Yes. One Muslim. Where are you from, ma'am? Where are you from? Maharashtra. Members नहीं माहित? अच्छा, बताओ. एक मुस्लिम है. Very nice. That is also one good way. Very nice. However, see, this is one information that you have tweaked for your mind to remember. Who was the Muslim member? You are so confident of your methodology, but not of the product. Yes. Anyone else who can tell the members? Yes, sir. Okay. TT Krishnamachari. Wow. Where are you from? Mathura. Very nice. Go ahead. माधव राव. ओके. हाँ हाँ, एक ही बार थे वो. और 5 हो गए बच्चे. ओके. अल्लादी कृष्ण स्वामी अय्यर. Similar names. Ah, very nice. Gopala Swami. Iyengar or Iyer? Iyengar. Good enough. So see, different people telling different. How do you remember it, sir? So this is one interesting way. See whatever suits you. Yes, ऐसे याद नहीं करना है मैम. Individual rights also, not community based rights. बाकी सब याद है, उनके अलावा याद थे सब. Yes. Why this discrimination? All right. So we have members. Mr. Munshi, B.N. Rao was the constitutional advisor, not part of the assembly. अच्छा, नाम तो लिखे ही थे. 135. So B would be the right answer here. All right. Government of India Act 1919. It introduced what? It introduced what? Diarchy in states. Yes, at the provisional level, we had introduced the concept of responsible government, but that too in limited sense. Why was it limited? Because there were some particular subjects called as the transfer subject. Yes, so this is the right explanation. So they were only accountable for that. So A would be the right answer for this question. 20, just a second. 25th 26th November, Constitution came into being. Okay, which articles? Again, we have discussed about Article 394. Who all can tell me what articles are specifically mentioned in this article, which talks about that these article will be coming on in force immediately while we adopt this? How many articles are there specifically? Yes, 15 article. And the title of this article is Temporary Provision. Commencement. Yes, commencement itself is the title. All right. Now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 60, and then straight jump to 324. Then we had 366, 367 talking about, chalo, we'll discuss what they talk about, 379, 380, and 388, and 391, 392, and 393. So these were the 15 articles. हो गए 15? Yes, 15. So these were the 15 articles specifically written under Article 394. See, whatever suits you, however you are able to remember. This is how I remembered. Okay, quickly, just for curiosity, just tell me what is Article 60? It talks about the oath of president. Good enough. Then 324 is about the elections. 366 and 67 is regarding consolidated fund. Very nice. Definition and interpretation. 379 and 80 were related to the provisional role of parliament. Now they are not existing. Neither is 388 existing. 391B is omitted. 392 and 393 are still there. All right. So citizenship, yes, it talked about citizenship. Elections, yes. Provisional parliament, yes, but not fundamental rights. So we have first 3, 1, 2, 3. B would be the right answer. 26th principle of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Now, this was heavily debated in the Constituent Assembly itself, and the drafting committee chairman, he was of the opinion that there is this trinity of these values: fraternity, liberty, and equality. And he said that this is the least respected, least acknowledged of these values. And he said right now, without liberty and equality, inverted commas, without liberty, just a second, without से पहले लिख लीजिए, without fraternity, comma, without fraternity, comma, liberty and equality, will be mere coats of paint. Yes, they will have no value. They will be so thin. So that is the core value he recognized that fulfills the other two. Yes, it was by Dr. Ambedkar. What sources are you following for preparing for this test? Yes, standard books. I would also recommend Bayer Act, good enough. Mastering Indian Polity, if you have heard of it. Yes. Okay, ठीक है. Selective reading is all right, always welcome. Mastering Indian Polity सुना है किसी ने? Yes. So this is by Forum IAS and it is related to your prelims as well as your main. So you don't have to rely on something else. These are two books. One is Mastering Indian Polity, one is Mastering Indian Governance. Some part of polity has been overlapped with governance also. So these I would recommend for. Again, this question has been directly from there. We have put a lot of quotes also. Constitutional articles also are embedded. You do not have to keep a PDF open related to articles. All right, D would be the right answer here. India transitioned from dominion to a republic on 26th November 1949. This was 26 January 1950, not the date on which it was adopted. Rather, it was the president, Mr. Rajendra Prasad, who became the actual president, took the oath on 26 January. His election took place on 24th January, and he took the office on 26 January. So this is when the transition happened, not on that day. We declared ourselves that, but this was in effect. The Constitution of India was adopted on this particular date. Yes, so this is incorrect. D would be the right answer. All right. Preamble, what terms were added? Very simple, yes. Socialist, secular, dignity of individual was added. It was originally present. It talked about the term integrity just before nation, unity and integrity of the nation. Not equality, not fraternity. 1 and 2, A would be the right answer. Yes, why this question has been asked, what is the controversy surrounding this? Yes, so there have been petitions in the Supreme Court talking about that these particular terms are not the core feature of Indian ethos, Indian democratic ethos, and they should be removed. Rather, they were added during the emergency time. And the government, the Supreme Court declared that though we have taken these, they might not be the part of Indian ethos or we have taken inspiration from other countries, but we have tweaked them according to our own needs, and there is no need, and those petitions were dismissed also. All right. Republic state again. What is the definition of republic? Yes, sir. White jacket. White jacket back. आप ही हैं बच्चे, आप ही हैं. Cap. Yes. What is a republic? Quickly. No interference from outside. Yes. Then what is sovereign? Sovereignty क्या है? Yes, ma'am. Yes, head of the state is elected directly or indirectly by the people. Yes. Also, this office is open to everyone. Yes, anyone from. This is a testimony in last two presidential terms. We can see that who all this office is open to all, from tribal community, from SC community, and earlier we have had from Muslim community also. So this office is open to all. That is the definition of republic. Is always elected for a prescribed period? Yes. A country must be a republic to be recognized as a democratic nation. Is it the case? Again, we have the monarchy with democracy in Britain. The idea of republic adopted was borrowed from the Constitution of America. This was French idea. Yes, from French Revolution. We took what all ideas from France? Liberty, equality, fraternity. Charlie hai pakka. Anything else? Anything else? Nothing pakka? What have we taken from Japan? And where do we have due process of law also? We have taken it from? Chaliye, good. All right, we have first statement as correct. A would be the right answer. Ji bache. It is not republic though. It is a monarchy. Everything happens in the name of crown. All right. Indian Constitution ethos of positive liberty. What is positive liberty? Anyone? Yes, ma'am. You. बताओ बताओ आपने हाथ खड़ा किया बच्चे. That is positive liberty. Yes, sir. Last. Liberty with reasonable restrictions. Again, two individuals, one might be dominant and they have their own spheres, and the other person might feel like interfering in the liberty of another person. When this zone enters another liberty that is not required. That ultimately is the reason why reasonable restrictions are required, and that has been put in the constitution also. So the rights have to be limited. There has to be a boundary to everyone's right, not interfering in others' right. So this is the reason it is called as positive liberty, securing the individuals, creating a wall, creating a boundary. Yes, no one would want that some person you want, if you're studying, would come to your room. As simple as that. That is positive liberty. So state influenced, state given liberty, state protected liberty is called as positive liberty. So ethos are embedded, yes. State can impose reasonable restrictions, yes. That is the right reason. In India, state facilitates realization of certain rights. Again, that is also the extension of the same idea. So both are right explanation. A would be the right answer here. 31st, one of the implication of equality in society is the absence of privileges. Straightforward. Do I need to discuss this? All right. 32nd, NRI and overseas citizen of India. Who are NRIs and who are OCIs? Quickly. Non-resident Indians, but these are Indians. Yes, they are not residing, but they are having Indian passport. And largely there are almost no restriction on them. Who are OCIs having the OCI card holders are called as OCI. Then what are the restrictions? What are their responsibilities? There are certain restrictions put on them. They cannot vote. They are not allowed for any public office. They cannot buy agricultural land, farmhouse, etc. Earlier the case was different, but in 2015 the rules changed and there is no reporting required to anyone, including police. Yes, earlier they used to report every 180 days. This is no more required, and here there is no reporting required. They have visa, permanent visa, and which is timeless. They can stay for any amount of time. What is the case here? What about the property? Can NRIs buy property here in India? Agricultural land also? Not agricultural land and farmhouses. They can inherit if they are residing in the country. All right. So that is one exception. And there are provisions for special permissions given by the government also. Okay. Vote they can. Yes. Public office is open. Yes. So this is a star mark. This is crucial. Remember, there is differentiation. Cannot acquire agricultural land by way of purpose. We are talking about both. By way of purchase, yes. They cannot purchase, yes. Are required to register the local police. Neither is required to register now. So only first one is correct. A would be the right answer. Then 33rd, again, one of your homework. Quickly. Who all are comfortable with the parts? Remember all the parts? Sare part yaad hai bache? Should we go through it quickly? Yes? All right. Batao bache. Okay. One. Batao. First क्या है? Okay, union and states quickly. Second, citizenship. Third, fundamental rights. Fourth, DPSP. Fourth A. Fundamental duties. Fifth, union. Sixth, state. Seventh, nothing. Yes. Eighth, union territories. Ninth, panchayat. 9A, municipalities. 9B, cooperative societies. 10th, scheduled tribes, scheduled areas and tribal areas. 11th, relation between center and state. 12th, finance, property, suits, yes, contracts. 13th, trade and commerce and intercourse. 14th, services. 14A, 14A, tribal tribunals. 15, election. 16, special provisions for certain areas. What else? 17. Official language. Yes. 17 pe khatra to national unity. All right. 18th. Emergency. 19th. Miscellaneous provisions. 20. Amendment. 21st. Temporary transitional provisions. 22nd. Short title, commencement, repeals, etc. Okay. For the people who are not preparing, not going into the details, see, a lot of people are able to recall it. All right. We are done with this then. All right. Part 8 is union territories. 10 is scheduled area. 11th is this, and this is 15th is elections, not 12th. 12th is what? Finance, property, suits. All right. First three, C would be the right answer here. Primary function of the constitution, again, it should be related to the accountability, it should be related to the limited powers, etc. Ensure complete separation between different organs. That is not correct. Set of ideals that reflect moral and political identity. That is another function. Moral and political identity it is providing. How moral? You have heard of constitutional morality also? Yes, it is giving you certain ideals, you and also the state to follow. You have some fundamental duties also. Those are moral authorities. Yes, they are not enforceable. Let's go through other options also. Ensure equal distribution of wealth. Reduces resources among the citizens. It ensures that outcome of the parliamentary and assembly elections always free and fair. Yes, it is not free and fair. SIR controversy. That is not a necessity. Again, idea of the constitution is, again, it is a basic structure, free and fair elections. But that is not always the case. That is not a necessary condition. Moral and political identity. Philosophical question, again, think broadly. Yes, any doubt in this question? All right. 35th, citizenship. What is citizenship? Anyone who can explain? Layman language would do. Anyone? Yes, ma'am, batao. Very nice. It is just a relationship between state and the individual. Yes, जब भी कोई पूछे ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है, just tell them this is called as citizenship. Yes, the obligation here is to ensure that you should be giving loyalty to the state, allegiance to the state, and the state will be providing you rights, protection. Yes, that is the basic idea. Here, full civil and political rights. Is it the definition of citizenship? People who are citizens, will it be provided civil and political rights? Yes. Right of suffrage for elections to House of People and Legislative Assembly. Is it for every state? So this is correct or incorrect? Who all have marked it correct? Broad up high. Marked it incorrect. This is a PYQ. I think it was asked in CDS probably by UPSC. Again, you have to have some broader bird eye view. Do not go into the nitty gritties. अंग्रेजी की दिक्कत ना पालें. ठीक है? Again, this is confusing also, I acknowledge, but UPSC has considered this correct. All right. The right to become a member of parliament and legislative assembly. Do you have the right? Yes, but it is not absolute right. It has some qualifications attached to it. So this is also correct. All three statements are correct. D would be the right answer. We have Supreme Court of India as the custodian. Why the Supreme Court called as the custodian of the Constitution? Protector of the rights, final interpreter of the provisions. What else? Yes, it has the power of judicial review, seeing the provision. So this is correct. Constitution of India established single integrated judicial system. Yes, but is it the reason? This is not the right explanation. Individually, these statements are correct. So B would be the right answer. Then we are talking about features essentially ensure constitutionalism. What is constitutionalism, anyone? Yes, ma'am. Raise your hand. Yes, sir. Very nice. How is it different from constitutional morality? Write down. Constitutionalism versus constitutional morality. What is the difference? Okay, that is your homework. Both talks about principles. Okay, constitutionalism, ISM, is related to ideology. Ideology means when you are upholding the principles of the constitution itself, working in the letter and spirit of the constitutional provision. That is constitutionalism. Rule of law, is it promoting constitutionalism? Yes. Fundamental rights, separation of powers, yes. Judicial review, anything. Go for antithesis also when you are thinking that is it just opposite of what I am thinking. When you are thinking a statement and it has some asterisk to it, it has some exception to it, think reverse. Talk about always, talk about it restricts, it promotes. Yes. So all the statements are correct here. D would be the right answer. Again, philosophical question, be open minded. Constituent Assembly ratified India's membership for Commonwealth, which year and month? May 1949. So yes, it ratified it. Elected Dr. Prasad as first president. Yes, just before commencement of the constitution. National flag adopt किया है? कब किया है? We have discussed that. Good. All the statements are correct. D. The preamble can be amended by the parliament through this majority. Yes, where is it written? 368, this is written that preamble has to be then simple majority is enough. Yes, which constitution are you reading, sir? This comes from couple of things, not specifically mentioned in the constitution, and of course the Keshwanand Bharti case, which upheld and declared that preamble can be amended. And one more to that is it was amended in 42nd amendment and it utilized this majority. So this has become a benchmark. All right. Then preamble is neither a source of power or prohibition because it is not enforceable. So this is also correct. No. Where is it mentioned? All right. C would be the right answer here. Then we are talking about Union of States of Indian Constitution has been derived from. Where have we taken from the nature of our federation? We have taken inspiration from Canada. But this doesn't mention Canada. This is what established the Canadian Constitution. This was renamed as the Canadian Constitution after 15 years in 1882. It was British North America Act, 1867. Preamble can be amended by the Parliament. इसमें डाउट है कुछ? This is the majority which you will be making it correct. Reason being, there is a precedence. This was done by 42nd amendment. Now it has become a benchmark. So anytime, anywhere we plan to amend the preamble, it has to be done by special majority of this sort. Okay, not explicitly given. Again, developed by precedence. All right, straightforward. C is the question. C is the answer for question 40. Have you read all these? Not in detail, but some details of these. Is there a constitution for Swiss? Please have a look. Question 40. Have a look at A, options, B, what all countries have monarchy? Major countries लिख लीजिए. major countries with monarchy. Following factor constitute the best safeguard for liberty. Again, a PYQ. Best safeguard for liberty. Again, it has to be judiciary which is committed. Yes, committed to the provisions of the constitution itself. Yes. This term is utilized not for Jujharu judiciary, but it is for a judiciary which is committed to the executive, the government in power. Yes, ऐसा नहीं सोचना है दिन रात काम कर रहे हैं, हॉलीडे पर भी वर्क फ्रॉम होम ले रहे हैं. So what is the best safeguard for liberty? Centralization of power is not a safeguard, rather it is the reverse. Elected government is not a surety again, but it is the separation of power because there will be checks and balances from one organ to another. Which case it declared separation of power as the basic structure? Secularism. Just write down one more homework. Keshwanand Bharti judgment dash list of basic structure in that judgment. KB case, list of basic structure elements declared. I'll be happy if you can open the judgment also, rather than opening your standard books. Yes, see which judge declared it. Committed to the government, that's a term utilized. That this is a PYQ again, and a question came. And people that time were really confused, and a lot of people, just because of the Angrezi, because of the English, they marked A. That if the judiciary is committed, they'll be able to secure liberty and rights of the individual. Here, committed means the judiciary is committed. It is working on the principle of what? What is there in US? What term we utilize for US? Anyone? Not for judiciary, but for all the appointments majorly done by the executive on their discretion. Spoil system. Yes. So this is again, committed judiciary is the extension of the spoil system, where executive would have undue influence on the judicial organ. Do I need to even discuss this? S.K. Dhar. Who was Mr. S.K. Dhar? Very nice. फैज अली, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज थे. जेवीपी कौन थे? अच्छा, ठीक, ऑल राइट. ओके, ईयर्स, दिस वाज 48. जून और जुलाई. फैज अली कमीशन वाज 53. JVP was 48 again, later part of it, December. So 1, 3 and 2. A would be the right answer. 43rd question, existing state, which of the following schedule need to be amended? Straightforward, whenever there is a, what is the first schedule? Okay, let's go for the, like we did for the parts, let's go for schedules also. Anyone? Yes, ma'am. Schedule 1. Union and territory, it mentions all the list of states and union territories also. Yes, ma'am. Schedule 2. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you. Specs में आप ये हाथ खड़ा करो. हाँ. Schedule 2 क्या है? Emoluments for salaries and emoluments, all right. Third is, Schedule 3 is oath. Whenever you are ready, you have clarity that kitna package laga hai, what are the emoluments, then only you will be joining the company, right? So then only they take oath after knowing the salary structure. Just remember it like that. Second and third. And fourth is, now they are ready to join. They have taken the oath. They'll be going to Rajya Sabha. Just remember it that way. Fifth and sixth schedule, no need to talk about. Seventh schedule also, division of powers, different lists. And eighth is official language. Ninth is black hole. 10th is anti-defection law, introduced by which act? Which act? Which amendment act? 52nd amendment. Year? Partial knowledge nahi. 11th and 12th is Panchayat and municipality. How many subjects are there in 29 and 18? Yes, chaliye. So this clarity we have. Again, simple PYQ. 44th Citizenship Act has acquired. Who has acquired citizenship through naturalization can lose by deprivation. What is the definition of or the criteria for deprivation? Anyone? Few are listed here. Yes, if the person has taken the citizenship by fraud or giving wrong information, then are they working against the constitution? They are disloyal. That is the term utilized in the Citizenship Act also. Then what else? Are they working with the enemy? Are they trading with the enemy, providing communication to the enemy? Other, now the question arises. Raise your hand. What are the other criterias? Yes, ma'am. Very happy. इस पॉइंट के लिए इतना खुश क्यों हो? Have you been there? Okay, imprisonment for 2 years within 5-year timeline. 5-year timeline of what? Getting the citizenship. And what else, ma'am? Ma'am. बस जेल का पता है. Yes, if you have been ordinary resident for 7 years, stayed 7 years without reporting to the consulate. All right, एक बार ये detail में पढ़िएगा from the act itself. There are a lot of key terms that can be asked if they go into that detail. So all three are correct. We have A as the right answer here. 45th exact constitutional status of India. Again a PYQ. What was the status? Sovereign democratic republic, sovereign, socialist, secular. Socialist and secular were later added. B is the right answer here. How many of the above constitutional posts are mentioned in the second and third schedule? We have known second schedule also and third. What are they? Let's talk about second schedule. What it mentions? It is of course talking about salaries and emoluments. Kis ka emolument and salaries? Anyone raise your hand? Yes, sir. Yes. Ha. Speaker, deputy speaker, chairman, and deputy chairman at the union and state level. Judges of Supreme Court and High Court and CAG. Yes, that is it. What about Schedule 3? Third schedule talks about oath. Quickly. What about individual? Yes, sir. Not president and governor? Where is their oath written? In the major provisions, original provision, not to the schedules of the Constitution. Just have a look at their oath also. My kind request for write down oath for president, vice president, and governor. See where it is written, which articles and what is written there. Yes, it talks about candidates who are going to contest election at the union and state level, members of legislature at the union and state level, all the MPs, all the MLAs, MLCs, and ministers also at the state and union level. Any other thing, any other office? Yes, these two are also here. Judges for Supreme Court and High Court and CAG. All right, so this is the question. We have these two. This is not replicated. We have the answer as B. Second and third are the correct option, overlapping options. Procedure for granting the citizenship. Now, Indian citizenship follows the which term we use for Indian citizenship? How do we get it now? It is based on the soil and blood concept. Yes, soil means you're born here, born in the territory. This is what India followed till 1987. Then a lot happened from Nepal and Bangladesh, and we realized no, we should tweak it. So we moved to the criteria where the citizenship of parents was checked. Initially, it was till 2004 only one parent, and then it became one parent and non illegal migrant. Yes, none of the parents should be an illegal migrant. This is called as jus soli here and jus sanguine. So, is determined by the citizenship of parents? Yes. Follows jus soli principle? That is not correct anymore. So, we have statement 1 as correct. C would be the right answer for 47th. 48th is committees. Again, we have discussed this. State committees, just a second. State committee was Mr. Nehru. Powers committee was Mr. Nehru. And rules of procedure for Dr. Prasad. This is, first one is incorrect. Second and third are correct. B would be the right answer. Do I need to discuss this again? All right. 49, second last question, penultimate. India first time included the Viceroy Executive Council. Who was that individual? Sachinandan Sinha? Same person? Yes, these are different individuals. Not Sachinandan Sinha, but SP Sinha. It was 1909 he became the part of Viceroy Executive Council as the law member. And preamble, fraternity does not aim to assure, again, straightforward question. It assures dignity. The question is not aim, right? Unity of the nation, yes, integrity of the nation, but not equality of status and opportunity. Again, so explicitly mentioned. So that was about it for today. I hope you score well. Keep your rankings intact. And whatever homework I have provided, please make sure that you are done with this by tomorrow and I'll be asking you questions. Take care. Any doubt? Yes, ma'am. Okay, you will ask me after the discussion. Any other doubt you want? Okay, I'll see you. All the best.